Welcome to Eat Your Backyard, my YouTube channel where I talk about all kinds of edible things. And on this glorious tropical summer morning, as we fly out over the Atlantic Ocean, I invite you to think about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and that is, how do I get a good fruit tree? And I'm going to walk you through a local experience I had at a nursery where they had just received a fresh shipment, and I think it illustrates a good point about getting fruit trees and why I really think the best place to get them is on the internet. And by the way, if you agree, well then go ahead and check out the links in the description, which list all kinds of things you can get online, including every kind of vegetable seed, etc., plus all the fruit trees that I discuss in this video. They're all listed. One of the problems with getting fruit trees and seeds and things at your local place is that the selection is very limited. One of the advantages is that you will see which varieties grow very well in your area, typically. Not always. But then you get down to an issue of variety, and of course if you're getting into having your own backyard jungle, well then you probably want that variety. Also, I want to take this moment as we watch this beautiful swell from Hurricane Paulette roll into the sun-soaked shores of Florida. I'd like to take a moment to say, please go ahead and check out my new meditation and tropical sunrise channel where you see things like this, called One Step Zen. That's right, like number one step Zen. The link is down in the description, but I hope you will check that out and enjoy these weekly released videos, meditation videos, even shark feeding frenzy videos. But let's get to it. The 7 easy to grow fruit trees, which I recently encountered at my local nursery and share with you. And this gives you a good perspective on what these plants look like and what you can expect. Now, this is not indicative of what you might get off the internet, but you can read the description on the internet and figure that out just fine for yourself. Okay, now stay to the end and you'll be told which one of these I bought. I bought 2 of one of the categories, and well, I'll save that until the end. But here we are, papaya. Look at those papaya. Healthy and green. Now, if I did not already have 3 30-foot tall, gigantic Hawaiian papayas, I would probably have grabbed these because they looked like prime specimens. And that's one thing about seeing stuff at your local nursery. If you see what you need, get it. If you see what you've been looking for, get it. And here's another one. Fig trees. Now I've got 1, 2, 3 fig trees in my backyard now. I started with an original, but what I have are brown turkey figs, and what these are a little different, and it made me very curious because I'm curious to see if this variety of fig, and I can leave the variety down in the description, would do well in my neck of the woods. And one thing that occurred to me was maybe I would grow that fig plant in a pot and not let it get hit by the salt water, which usually hurts them. And here's another one, blueberry bushes. Now, I've tried and failed blueberries many times, but this is a Florida staple. And what kills most of the things in my yard probably won't kill most of the things in your yard because it's probably not in your yard, and that is salty irrigation water and salt spray in the air from the ocean. That's what makes many of these plants kind of tender in my yard, but probably do well almost everywhere else. But most of those that I just showed will do well. Here are blackberry bushes. Now, these are fine things to have. Gigantic southern blackberries in this case. I recognize this variety, I think, and they're typical to this area. They are a runner. They will send underground running roots, and they'll pop up everywhere. But, I mean, is that a bad thing? Because if they pop up, I'm just going to cut that little shoot out and put it in a pot and grow another blackberry bush, which is sure to produce a lot. So yeah, the blackberry is by far one of the most alluring of the collection. Now, one of the negatives is of course that it has thorns. In this case, I'm willing to take it. I don't mind what we used to call in my youth some pricker bushes to get the fruit, if you know what I mean. So blackberries are a great addition to anybody's yard. So are raspberries, but raspberries don't really grow very easily in my area for whatever reason, probably because it's so hot. Raspberries don't grow in an oven. And here we are, some fine coconut trees. Now these were, at this spot, I checked the price, they were $20. And that's, I suppose, fair. But these are the green coconut type. Now that's not going to work for me because I don't want an 80-foot tall coconut tree in my yard. I have a rather small yard and I have to choose wisely. But I am in the market for a yellow Malaysian, a more dwarf style coconut tree, which produces copious amounts of coconuts. I think actually the flavor is potentially better than the greens, actually. And actually you don't have to climb up like an acrobat to get them so quickly. These greens, if you grow them correctly in Florida, they will get big and beautiful, like something out of a poster or a movie, or the hit movie Alone with Tom Hanks. Wilson. Okay. So let's see what else they've got in this beautiful nursery. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a detail here. When I went back about a week later, there was almost nothing left out of this collection. Sour Sop Trees. That's right, you heard it from me first. Sour Sop Trees are a great way to go and very interesting type of fruit. I know they can tend to get a little bit buggy. Some experience there, but they are a solid one. Now, I will tell you that the soursop was nowhere to be found when I returned the week later. It was very popular, obviously, and it was the one thing I wished I had absolutely grabbed that was plucked from my hands by the winds of fate. I do not have a soursop tree in my fruit jungle, and the reason is a lack of action, a clear failure to execute the acquisition of this fine specimen. Who wouldn't want one? Well, you can always get one on the internet is really the bottom line there. So go check those links and maybe you'll grab a soursop, but see what there is in the description. It's a whole laundry list of wonderful things. Okay, here we are, another classic. I have a link for this in the description as well. And it is the guava tree. I believe this one's the strawberry guava, but I'll confirm, so the link in the description will be accurate to this type. But the guava is a beautiful type of plant. It is a type that's somewhat susceptible to salt spray, so in my yard, not maybe a good choice because I have very salty irrigation. Going to get on the leaves, going to burn it. But in a pot, again, the idea of having the brown turkey in the pot or this in the pot, very interesting alternatives. Keep in mind when you get things online, sometimes they'll give you 2, 3 of a type of thing, so that gives you a lot of chances to win. I kind of like that. In this case, they gave you one. And here is, you stayed to the end of the video, and I'm going to give you the info. What I bought was 2 blackberry bushes, and I'm going to plant them in my yard, and I'm going to make videos of them. Thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. Please subscribe, click the notification bell, and go check out One Step Zen. Maybe we'll meditate.